Hi everyone, welcome to What's on the Counter with Arlen. And as everyone asked me to do, and I'm at the airport, so I'm really reaching out for you girls today. Everyone, okay. There's my moose call for the day. Okay, so thanks. Greetings from Nashville. I am actually currently in the airport right now, and I'm in a little kids section because it reminded me of my family and probably the quietest place that I can find. If this is a little shaky, I apologize because my tripod broke. So we're gonna work with it. It's totally fine. So I have a question for you today. If you couldn't fail, what would you do? Hi, Brett. If you couldn't fail, what would you do? So many of us don't even dare to dream or to take the time to sit down and really think about what it is that they really want in life. And I think we get really scared because if we write it down, then like, oh, well, we have to achieve it, or how do I achieve it? Or usually people say, I don't have the time. And that is the biggest thing that I hear is I don't have the time to achieve the things that I want. So I have some practical advice for you today, and then I also have a little bit of self-development and challenges for you because what really brings me joy is seeing people achieve their dreams and do the things that they want, even if it's just one or two things. Hi, Autumn. Thank you for watching. Hi, Melissa. Give me lots of hearts and likes. This really helps me get boosted up with Facebook, so thank you. So I would like you to take some time this week and ask yourself, if you couldn't fail, what would you do? So this would be considered like your list of goals, okay? So write that out. And so then it becomes, and I'm looking at my notes, how and where do you find the time to achieve this? So there's a concept called time blocking, and I learned this about a year ago, and it has definitely changed my life. I remember when I first got into business, I was like, I don't have time to do this. I just felt like my days were super full, and the reality was I just wasn't very efficient with my time. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with your list of priorities. So I will give you an example. God can be a list of priorities. Yourself, so you, like what you, like your workout time, your quiet time, whatever it is that you need to do to fill your soul and keep you going, because you do need to have your cup full or you're not going to be able to help others. Family, for example, husband and work. And husband, for those that are married, would be separate from family because you need to nurture that relationship aside from your family, or it just gets lost in the mix. So what you want to do is find that list of priorities, and then you're going to color code them. So for example, like God could be blue. You love the announcement. You yourself could be yellow. Your family could be orange. Your husband, let's say, would be pink. And then work time, would be another priority, would be green. And so what you would do from then is I have different calendars that I love, and I am on the quest for the perfect calendar. So please, if anybody has suggestions for like a really good calendar, let me know. I used one called the Best Self Company. I found it on Facebook and I really liked it, but it only came in 3-month increments. And so then I got, this is called the Panda Planner from Amazon. And what it has is like your monthly, and then what it has is your daily, okay? And so this is where we're gonna get into kind of like the daily. And another planner that people have really talked about that I plan on getting is called the Passion Planner. And instead of like how I showed you where it's just like one day, and this shows you like what you're grateful for, you can write down, so on. The Passion Planner shows you like your hours, but then like the whole week, which is really nice. So what you wanna do is take those colors and you're gonna fill in like for that week and for every day, the things that have to be done. So like you have to drop your kids off at school, breakfast is at this time, whatever it is. And you're gonna fill in those priorities. God, you're gonna schedule in when your self-workout time is. Because here's the thing, if you don't put it on a calendar, it won't happen. How many times have you said, well, I really want to go do this, or I really want to work out, whatever it is, and then think, yeah, I'm going to try the Passion Planner. And whatever it is, if you don't end up putting that on a calendar, like it goes by, like, oh, I want to travel to something, and you never end up doing it. And we have one life to live, people, one life. I am just learning every day how short that life is. And I just hate to see anybody not be able to achieve the things that they want. So if you don't put it on a calendar, it doesn't happen. So schedule it out and just color code each one of those things. And you're gonna find in your day, and this might sound really rigid, but give it a try. In that day, what you're gonna find is some white space. And in that white space that's not color coded with your priorities, that's where you achieve your goals. That's where you have that time to do the things that you want to do, whether it's a new business or you have hobbies that you want to do that you feel like you haven't had a lot of time to do. That's your opportunity. And the other thing I want to talk about is focus too, especially for women, because we feel like we can multitask. We're like, oh, we're the ultimate multitaskers. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't focus on one task at a time, you really don't get a lot done. And then you feel stressed out and it just unravels. So it really is important to the power of focus. And I think there's statistics like in a 40-hour work week, like how much work actually gets done. And it's ridiculous. I'm sorry I didn't do my research until I give you perfect numbers, but trust me. So you really need to focus on what it is. And so having a calendar like that, you're like, okay, now is my workout time. I'm going to focus on that. Now is my family time. I'm going to unplug from my phone and I'm going to be with my family because I've scheduled my work time, or I know that I've got white space over here to work on other things. So it really helps you just sort of be more concise. And so I'd like to tell you a little bit as we close too, how to achieve those goals. So now we have white space. We know that we actually have extra time, and you have to think about what's important to you too. So if that's watching a TV show, then go ahead, schedule that time in. But once you know that you've got the time, you kind of have to work backwards. So I'm going to use the analogy of booking a flight. You want to take a trip somewhere, okay? So this is your goal. You want to go to Hawaii. So you have to decide, well, I'm going to go to Hawaii in 5 months. And so you pick a date, you find, whatever time that you have off of work, and you pick the date and you put it on the calendar. And then what do you have to do? It is just a list of tasks to get to that goal. You picked the date, it's on the calendar. Well, now you need to find a babysitter. Now you need to buy the plane ticket. Now you need to maybe work a few extra hours to save up vacation time or, earn some extra money, whatever it is. And so you just go through that task list. And so if it's a goal that you have that maybe is a little less concrete, decide what it is. Put that on your vision board. I'm gonna whatever the heck it is. And then you just think about all the steps backwards to achieve that. And so for some people in business, maybe that's I want to achieve a certain income rate. And so then you need to go, okay, well, working backwards, that's 10 calls a day or whatever it is that you need to do. And when it becomes a task list, it kind of takes the emotion out of it as well, which is good for some of us, especially if we've got a lot of fears happening. If you take the emotion out, you're like, nope, this is just a task list that I need to do because on my calendar, I'm going to achieve whatever the heck it is. So that is what was on the counter for today. I hope you all got some value out of that. I would love some feedback. You have any questions, please let me know. When I get home, I will post some pictures of what my calendar usually looks like when it's all color coded and so on. So thank you so much. You all have a great day.